the Speed Jack, and welcome to my channel and welcome to my website. My name is Daryl, and this is Programming in Any Language. The website is www.black-duck.com. It's where you'll find all my videos organized in logical order. And this is the Speed Track. The Speed Track is a series of short videos designed to get you to create a meaningful application very quickly. Okay, let's tackle the Edit button. This one won't be complete until we tackle the Update and Cancel buttons as well. Breaking up this operation into three steps makes it much cleaner to work with. For the Edit button, we've got a couple things to do. We need to determine which item in the list box that we're wanting to edit. We got to save that pointer then. Then we got to make certain that certain buttons are invisible and the rest are visible. We want to flip that around so all they can do is edit or cancel. That's really it. Everything's in place for the Update and Cancel buttons. Here's how you do that. Okay, we're going to program the Edit button next. You might think this one's a little bit difficult, but it's not, because it's not going to do much work. Most of the work is going to happen in the Update and the Cancel buttons in here. Actually, most of it's going to happen in the Update buttons. But there is something we want to prepare for first, and that is we want to be able to turn off all of these buttons when we do hit Edit, so all we can do is Update and Cancel. Right now, if you remember, when the program runs, all these buttons are showing. We're going to change that now by making these two invisible. So we're going to go down into the properties of these two items, the Update button, and we're going to go to the Visible property, and we're going to say Visible is false. We're going to take the Cancel button, and we're going to do the same thing. Visible is false. We're going to get the other ones true. Now, if we run this thing, we'll do a save on it right now. You'll see that when it comes up, those buttons are no longer here. You don't see them. They're actually there, but they're invisible. What we want to do is when we want to press the Edit button, we want to be able to make all these buttons disappear and the Update and Cancel reappear so we can actually see them. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and we'll exit this program, and we'll go into that thing right now and do our Edit button. So we're going to click on the Edit, because that's the one we're actually going to program right now. And the first thing we want to do is we want to say edit the record selected in the list box. So you have to select something in the list box first to actually bring that forward. To do that, we're going to say txt add text.text. In the property window, in the property of the add button, we're going to place in the text property, we're going to place the LBX stuff selected item to string. That's going to bring the record that's been clicked on into that add button so we can actually work on it. This is going to copies data from list box to the text box. That's all that thing does. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to take our record pointer int. We'll need another cursor. We'll actually need a variable for this. So we're going to need a record pointer. Is going to be equal to LBX stuff dot selected index, and hit semicolon on that thing, and that's going to copies list box index selected to a variable. So what this does, it grabs the 0 or the 1 or the 2 or the 3 or the 4, whichever item is in that list box, and saves it in this variable. Now notice I have an error here. That's why it's underscored in red. That's because I haven't set up this variable yet. So I need to go way up to the top where our other variable is sitting, and in here I'm going to actually create an integer, and I'm going to call it int record pointer. And I'm going to actually give it a comment here and say that this thing holds index of selected list box record. That's all it's going to do. And you'll see down here, my error is going to be gone. It will be gone shortly. Int record pointer, did I spell it right? No, I didn't spell it right. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Get rid of that S in there. Now we have it where it's not being used, and we have down here the error is gone, so it's now sitting there, and it looks good for us. So we're now going to go ahead and since we have that, we've moved the item to the text box, and we've actually grabbed that pointer so we know which number it is. And now I'm going to say myself a comment: make all buttons disappear and bring on update and cancel. So how do I do that? Well, you go to btn add and you make that .visible property is equal to false. And you go btn edit, visible property is false. And btn, what's the next one? Clear. .visible is equal to false. And you go btn exit. .visible is equal to false. And you go btn delete. .visible is equal to false. And you go btn load. .visible is equal to false. btn save. .visible is equal to false. Then you go btn update. .visible is equal to true. We want to turn that one on. And then we want to go btn cancel. .visible is equal to true. And that's going to turn on all the buttons that are off, and it'll turn off all the buttons that are on. And that's all we need to do at this point in time. We're not doing anything with the data yet. The edit button is simply setting it up for us. So we'll do a file save. And we'll do a start. We'll add a couple things to it. Coffee beans. Milk. Bread. Orange juice. Now we'd like to edit one of these. We don't want milk. We maybe want 2% milk, so we'd like to edit this. So we'll click on milk and then hit edit. And that brings it back up here. And notice all the buttons disappeared. And the update and cancel are showing now. We will put these update and cancel buttons down below so they actually show up the same area as the other buttons. But we'll do that later because we want to be able to click on these things and press on them right now as we're programming. So we're going to keep them up here for the time being. But this shows this to us. Now we can actually update or we can cancel. If we want to cancel this thing, we'd hit this. If we want to update it, this will do all the work and actually make the change to whatever we happen to type in here. We could type in something in here, 2%. And now update should be able to do that for us, but we haven't programmed this button yet. So that's the next step we'll do. That's all it takes. Let's close this guy off, and we'll hit the update and cancel next. That's probably the most complex coding we've done to date, and that's about as complex as it's going to get. Well, maybe save and load will be a little challenging, but probably not. We'll take a break. Let's come back and tackle cancel. Remember, easy ones first. See you next time. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance, please subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.